the 19th.
What a beautiful
venue.
And the acoustics in there are wow.
Yeah.
Do a lot of you guys end up going into musical performance careers and things of that nature? Like, does singing in a choir truly move you in that direction? It did for me.
Yes.
I think it does. I think it's any girl who's in the girls' choir. I find myself, it definitely has that in the back of their mind, like, oh, what if I went to music school? And we even have choral scholars who are currently in music school or have gone to music school.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I would encourage you guys at home to make sure that you check out the Atlantic Girls Choir digital footprint on the old Google machine. Check out that cross-province tour that's coming up soon and the album recording. Guys, big round of applause for the Atlantic Girls Choir. This is Out of the Fog. Hit me with a beat, Slim. We're right back after this break.
Hello, Rogers TV fans. My name is Jason Piercy, one of your 3 fantastic hosts from Out of the Fog. Rogers Sports and Media recently made an announcement that we wanted to send your way. So Rogers and Fido are going to ensure that services for people experiencing financial difficulties will definitely not be suspended in this difficult time. Also, Rogers Ignite TV and digital TV customers are going to get to enjoy free access to a rotating selection of channels up till the end of April. Rogers, Fido, and Chatter are all going to waive customers' long-distance voice calling fees all across Canada until the end of April. And until the 31st of May, Rogers and Fido have temporarily removed any and all data usage caps for customers who are on limited home internet plans. And also, in collaboration with Microsoft, Rogers is going to offer Microsoft Teams and Office 365 free for 6 months to small businesses.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. This is Out of the Fog, and now to do a performance, it is the Atlantic Girls Choir. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Out of the Fog, and we just had a wicked old time listening to the Atlantic Girls Choir. But from a choir of angels to the angel on earth himself, the one and only Dave Lane. What's up?
Great to be here.
How are you?
My friend.
I know. We coordinated outfits today, so
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
proud of
beautiful.
us and putting it all together like that. Yeah, we did not. That's just how it happens sometimes. So Dave, there's so much to talk about.
Yes.
I want to open this chat with a shockwave. I'm going to pretend I had no idea.
Heard it here first.
I did know. To find out that you are leaving St. John's City Council during your second incredible 4-year commitment is a wow moment.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal for me. I mean, my wife and I have been talking about what we're going to do now that we have a second child coming in July. And, well, we had the first one, and at that point we said we need to settle down. So we spent about 1.5 years, really, looking in St. John's.
Right.
And in this market, and specifically what we're looking at, our price point, we just weren't hitting all the check boxes that we put in. Now, my wife's, well, my in-laws, I guess, her parents moved to Newfoundland from Toronto to be with the grandchildren, and they moved to Torbay. And so that was, when we opened the scope out of St. John's, Torbay was it, and we actually found a house pretty quickly. And so we own it now, it's being worked on, and the end cometh.
So, moving to Torbay, and of course, it's a little bit of a moment to consider continuing to serve in your role for the city when you don't live there. Is that a bylaw that applies to all councillorship?
Well, you know, the reason we looked for so long in St. John's because we didn't want to head out of here because I wanted to stay on council. But it turns out that really I just have to be a resident, or any candidate does, for the 30 days leading up to the election and then the day that they're sworn in. After which, as long as you don't leave the province for more than 12 months or commit a crime, which I haven't done, you can stay on council for the rest of that term.
Okay.
Now, I thought I would leave in May because we should be ready to move in by then.
Right.
That was very sad. But in talking with the mayor and council, it turns out that if I wait until there's less than a year left, we don't have to have a costly and very distracting by-election. And I get to continue to do work that I love.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
staying
your
at the end of the year.
time will end when?
December. So really, I'm finance lead. I'll get to announce the third of a 3-year budget that I've been really shepherding through the past couple of years. And so the end of December, I'll be done.
Wow. Don't tell me that Danny Breen was happy to hear that news in the chamber there on a Monday morning, was he?
Yeah, I waited till the state of emergency was over because he was pretty bogged down with all that. Fantastic job. But yeah, he was very gracious in how he handled that news. Obviously, I'm only one of 11.
It's true.
But, you know, the support on council, and, you know, I'm really proud and excited about what we've been able to do, especially this term. We have a very young, vibrant, driven council, and we've achieved a lot. So I ran, you remember, on public engagement. How can we improve that? And so my first term, really the big hit was that I got a public engagement framework established at the City of St. John's, and we've been working through that. And now with this term and a lot of really passionate councillors who can drive a lot of projects that the public care about, one thing that happened in the first term was that we had a budget that people didn't like. And I actually voted against that 2016 budget because I felt that there was just no input from the public to shape it. So I said, if I have the role for the 2019 budget, which I did, I changed that, and I spent an entire year crafting the information to then engage the public with and say, we have a challenge, we need your input. And we had a budget that now is 3 years long. We had a small increase that first year, status quo last year, and I'm aiming to do the same this year.
I think to walk that line, to steward in such a potential clench moment as you did, is a testament to your talent as an analyst and a facilitator.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And no less should I state that the reason you're such a perfect fit to play a facilitator in a professional context is because we have you to thank for Happy City, which only started because you wanted to create a platform, a bridge over the moat between what was happening inside City Hall and the people who had opinions about all the things that happened. So your legacy for facilitating conversation and connection is, I mean, it's pretty legendary under the umbrella of City Hall and City of St. John's time. So I want to throw that to you.
Thank you. You know, I think in some cases, and someone like you will say, put me as the face of that, but it really, and it's a cliche, but it's not one person. I just happen to kind of fill a role that gets a bit of attention, but it's all the people. And I left Happy City to run for council in 2013, and it's flourished since then. It's really taken on a life of its own, still following that mandate. And that has nothing to do with me. maybe just setting the principles up front, but it really is enabling people within the city to talk constructively, positively, rationally about issues that really matter and get change to happen at City Hall. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's why we have a lot of really hardworking councillors there today.
And in being in our final minute of this hang, let's talk right about TEDx and how you're enjoying the process of curating a talk and how we can get tickets. Oh wait, it's sold out. So talk about all the things.
It's amazing. I mean, I've been loving TEDx St. John's ever since it started. Wanted to be on that stage, but I have a topic which is all about a project that had brought people together. It's not Happy City. It's actually in physical space. It was right here behind me, actually, on the picture of the waterfront. It's over now, but it's all about what's possible when you can bring people together, various sectors, get them sharing ideas, resources, and I think it's the way of the future for our economy. Community can save our economy. That's the topic.
Wow.
It's all optimism. It's focused on the positive stories because they do exist in spite of the negativity, and we need to focus on those if we're going to get out of it.
100%. I'll create space for that, for sure. Dave, thank you so much for being on the show. You are always incredible. And guys, stay tuned. Dave Lane, you don't know what he's going to be at when he's out Torbay Way. He'll be running that place next with any luck. And this is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. How are you doing? It is Out of the Fog, and we're having a great time so far tonight. And our next dynamic duo are two members of the incredible St. John's Board of Trade. I'd like to introduce you to Lori. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too. And Ankur, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm so glad you guys are coming on the show tonight to hang out because there's some interesting projects that you both are leading under the umbrella of the St. John's Board of Trade that are pretty exciting. So maybe I'll turn it over to you first, Lori. So why don't you introduce the program that you are leading in the Board of Trade?
Sure. I am project managing a really interesting piece of research for the Board of Trade on hiring experienced older workers. What we're trying to do is look at the barriers and opportunities that exist for getting people between the ages of 55 and 74 back into the workforce if that's what they want.
That to me is a hot topic.
I think so.
Oh, I know so. I mean, let's look at the demographics of our province.
Oh yeah, we're getting old.
We're getting old. We're getting wise, I say.
Yes, we're getting wise too.
We hope anyway, hey boss. So let's talk about across the province, and so many of our citizens are in that 50+ bracket. And talk to me about what you're learning so far based on the research that you are working through.
Well, we've identified as many as 43,000 people in Newfoundland and Labrador who are either retired or unemployed between 55 and 74 who would go back to work if the correct opportunity presented itself.
Now, how do you know that?
Research. We've done a really good piece of research with MQO, and we've been
Great
getting our
company.
data back.
That's amazing. So, I mean, how does it go from you sitting around the boardroom table to saying, we would like to know what the 50+ crowd across the province has to say, to actually getting that answer back? How long does that take, and how much work is involved in canvassing and polling the citizens, you know?
Well, they did a phone survey, and there's been a focus group. And right now, we've got a really interesting piece out there. We're doing a survey with employers across the province to just get what their attitudes are towards hiring older people. Because some of the research that I've seen, there's a reluctance to hire people of a certain age. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of that to find out if that's true, and if it is, what can we do about it?
Wow. Let's pause there and come back to this, because this is a hot topic and it means a lot to me based on the different sort of relationships I have in the community, as do we all at home. There's a lot to be said about this subject. We'll come back. So Ankur, you as well are heading up an exciting project for the Board of Trade, for the benefit of all of us in our business community. Why don't you tell us more about that?
So Don-E, actually we have started a new project called as Entrepreneurship Training Program.
Okay.
That is for the newcomers who are new to Canada.
Right.
I would like to go in the background of this project.
Please do.
Yeah. Actually, a survey was conducted by Statistics Canada, according to which people who are new to Canada, that is those who are immigrants, they are really innovative. They have good knowledge about their home country, and they have good knowledge about how to start the business. So due to that reason, in many cities, this kind of projects have been started for the newcomers entrepreneurship training program. One thing which I want to tell you, the most important thing is that this project has been funded by the government of Newfoundland and Labrador, and it will really help the newcomers to break the barriers which is between them, and there are a lot of red tapes involved in between them and the government. So this will help them in starting the new business. Yeah.
That's amazing. It is true. I feel so much energy around the newcomers, whether you're from, outside the province or outside the country, outside, the continent, and the energy that comes and the ambition and the desire to build a successful career here is not just spent applying for jobs to be an employee of, to be brave enough to want to establish your own entity in this province when you come here as an outsider.
Yes.
Must be very overwhelming. And so thankfully there's the St. John's Board of Trade and this program to help them. So what are you offering to the people who are looking to start businesses? Is it programming? Is it services, connections? What do you have to offer people who come here looking to start businesses?
Coady, we have this program basically has two parts. One is we have partnered with Blue Drop Learning Solutions.
Great company.
To develop a online learning tool which will give them the basics of how to start the business and how to make the marketing plan.
Wow.
Second part, as you know, that St. John's Board of Trade has a pool of 750 small businesses and big businesses.
Right.
So we help them in networking. We help them in getting more and more connections. Because the more connections you have more opportunities, maybe starting from a small city like St. John's to big cities like Toronto. So that is all I want to say.
That's amazing. I think that support, connection, and celebration are the three mandates of the Board of Trade, and I actually worked on those pillars with them as a volunteer about a few years ago. So it's so great to see so many of these programs coming to life that truly help provide value to the 750-odd members of the St. John's Board of Trade. They've done so much for me in my company, I can say. Getting back to your topic, Lori. So now that we have the data that's coming in hot and you're wrapping your head around all of that, what does that mean for the older adult population in the province who are interested in reestablishing work or contributing in some way to the economy? What does it all mean to you in terms of what you see looking forward?
Well, the program is still in the research phase.
Right.
So what we're trying to do is once we have all of the information, we've identified what some of the barriers are and the ways we can overcome that. And once we put that together, then we're going to develop an action plan for getting employers together with employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tangible value.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be really great once we get this going.
I keep begging my mom to come back and work for me, but she says no way. I think it's a me problem. No comment. No comment from the back. Thank you so much. I would like to finish our time together by just echoing the value of the St. John's Board of Trade. Whether you are in business, starting up, or looking to connect, support, or celebrate, please hit the St. John's Board of Trade website and find out about these two amazing initiatives that are happening, which are two of many incredible programs that the St. John's Board of Trade is lucky to receive support and offer to our community. So, thank you guys so much. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
What up, what up? We're back. Out of the Fog happened, and it was a wicked old time. We had Kim Button, and we had the girls on from the Atlantic Girls Choir, a little performance moment. The amazing Dave Lane talking about the great work he does for the city, and now soon to be Torbay. So I hope you enjoyed that segment. And of course, finally, the Board of Trade came on to talk about the good work they're doing. Good show. Hey, Slim.
It was an awesome show, yeah. We need to mention, of course, the Workplace Innovation Center that is part of our Board of Trade group at the last of it there. I thought I'd throw that in there for you, got your back.
You got me, buddy. It is Out of the Fog, and we'll see you guys next time.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect